Iran accepts U.S. offer. What happens next? In a surprising but hopeful move, Iran has agreed to start indirect talks with the United States about its nuclear program. These talks, being quietly held in Oman, could be the beginning of a big shift in the long-strained relationship between the two countries. If things go well, the talks could lead to the U.S. easing its tough economic sanctions on Iran. In return, Iran may agree to place limits on how it develops its nuclear program. This could help calm tensions not just between the U.S. and Iran, but across the Middle East. How we got here. A few years ago, the U.S. pulled out of a major nuclear deal signed in 2015, called the JCPOA. After that, the Trump administration put strong sanctions back on Iran, badly hurting its economy. In response, Iran started ramping up its nuclear activities, which worried many countries around the world. Now, with Iran facing serious economic problems and protests at home, it seems more willing to talk. For the current U.S. administration, this is a delicate moment, full of both opportunity and risk. What are they talking about? The talks are indirect, meaning the two sides aren't sitting at the same table, but they are communicating with help from Oman as a go-between. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi and U.S. Envoy Steve Witkoff are both involved. The conversations are covering several key issues: how to reduce regional tensions, possible prisoner swaps, lifting sanctions in exchange for Iran agreeing to scale back its nuclear program. While it's a step forward, both sides are being very careful. Years of mistrust have made negotiations difficult. What the U.S. wants. The U.S. says its top priority is making sure Iran never builds a nuclear weapon. Officials have called this a red line that must not be crossed. That said, the U.S. isn't necessarily asking Iran to shut everything down. Instead, it wants guarantees, like Iran agreeing not to enrich uranium beyond certain levels and to limit its use of advanced technology that could be used to make bombs. This shows the U.S. is open to some compromise, hoping to avoid another conflict while still keeping Iran in check. What Iran wants. Iran says its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes only, like energy and medical research. It doesn't want to be told to stop building missiles or give up its role in the region, saying those demands are unfair. Still, Iran seems willing to make some deals as long as the talks are based on mutual respect, not threats or pressure. Iranian leaders want to see real changes like economic relief in return for any compromises they make. What's next? Even though there's hope, a lot could still go wrong. Trust between Iran and the U.S. is at a low point. Some Iranian hardliners don't trust the U.S., and many American politicians don't believe Iran will stick to any deal. Other countries like Israel and Saudi Arabia are also watching carefully. They're concerned that Iran might end up stronger if the deal isn't strict enough. The bottom line, Iran agreeing to talk is a big deal. It might lead to a new path for peace, or it could fall apart like past efforts. What happens next depends on whether both sides are willing to meet in the middle. The world will be watching closely. This moment could bring a bit more stability to a troubled region, or it could lead back to rising tensions and conflict.